VJ and I, and the Thundercat would have been smashed to bits. Hello and welcome to part 6 of the Lockdown Getaway. Short stories from the adventures of a blind man. In 2005, Fiona Pascoe from Thundercat Racing invited me down to Southampton to check out their boats. Although the Thundercats are small, these boats can whip up speeds in excess of 40 miles an hour, and if the co-pilot isn't quick enough, these boats will flip over. I wasn't down there for a wee boat ride around the harbour. I was down there on business. I was there for a challenge. The Thundercats have a crew of 2, a pilot and a co-pilot. For this challenge, I would be the pilot. Now, the pilot is in control of the outboard motor. This meant that as well as being in charge of the speed, I was also doing the steering. My co-pilot was called VJ, and he had 2 jobs. His first job was, when I hit a big wave and sent the boat rocketing skywards, he would use his body weight to try to flatten the boat back down and stop us from doing a backward flip. His second job was to act as my eyes. We had tried several different methods of communication, but due to the roar of the engine, any audible communication was almost impossible to hear. So we went for a more touchy-feely approach. When VJ wanted me to turn right, he would squeeze my right leg. And when he wanted me to turn left, he would squeeze my left leg. All very straightforward. However, with an outboard motor, when you want to go right, you turn it left, and vice versa. So to recap, when VJ wanted me to turn right, he would squeeze my right leg, and I would turn the motor left. And when he wanted me to go left, he would squeeze my left leg, and I would turn the motor right. All of this had to be done instantly. For the first couple of days, VJ and I spent several hours out on the water training together. Then the day of the challenge arrived. Our goal was to circumnavigate the Isle of Wight in as short a time as possible. VJ and the team said if we could do it in 2.5 hours, that would be good. But if we could get closer to the 2-hour mark, that would be excellent. The challenge started well. VJ and I were in the main boat being pursued by our 2 support boats, one on either side of us. Everything was going nicely and we'd almost completed the circuit. Then VJ grabbed my shin. This signal told me to cut the power in the engine, so I did that. A second or 2 later, VJ grabbed my shin again, and this told me to start the engine up and get us back up to full power. Within a second or so, we were right back up to full speed. The next thing I knew, VJ had grabbed my right leg and was pumping it hard. This told me that we had to turn right, but we had to turn right now, no time to waste. I did as I was told, and a few seconds later, we turned left, and shortly after that, we crossed the finish line. The support boats then came over with much cheering and lots of handshaking. Then one of the guys said to me, "That was bloomin' close, wasn't it?" "What was close?" I asked. "That other boat. We thought we were going to have to come over and pick up the pieces." I hadn't got a clue what he was talking about, so I asked him to explain. He told me that as we were coming towards the finish line, over on our right-hand side, coming from Southampton, heading towards the Isle of Wight, was this big white powerboat. As he had right of way, we had to wait for him. So as soon as VJ had seen him, he had told me to cut the power, which we did. But we think that the guy on the boat must have seen us being followed by the chase boats and realised that something special was happening. So he signalled for VJ and the rest of the boats just to crack on through. So VJ told me to start the engine up. We did, up to full power. Off we were going. But for some reason, the guy in the big boat changed his mind. And he thought that if he put his foot down, he could get right across in front of us in plenty of time. It turned out that when VJ told me to do a sharp right-hand turn, We missed hitting this big boat by less than a metre. The guy told me that if we had hit this big boat, apart from leaving a big dent in the side of it, VJ and I and the Thundercat would have been smashed to bits. Due to my poor sight, I was totally oblivious to this, and with hindsight, that was probably not a bad thing. By the way, our finish time, well, we'd aimed for 2.5 hours because that would be good, 2 hours would be excellent. Our actual finish time was a few seconds under 1 hour and 26 minutes. Thanks for watching. I will be posting more Lockdown Getaways every Monday and Friday for the next few weeks. So stay safe, and if you want to find out more about my adventures, go to extremedreams.co.uk. My public speaking, dean-talks.com. Follow me at Twitter at dean_talks. On Facebook, Dean Dunbar Blind and Dangerous. And if you want to see any more of my videos, go to my YouTube channel, DinoD69. Thank you.